Hola, saludos a todos. Aquí esperando. Tenemos como unos 6 minutos, pero ya abrí el Hangout acá para estar seguros que todos me pueden escuchar bien. Así es que a los que ya están, veo que están unos 2 o 3 personas ahí. Si me pueden escuchar, si me pueden poner ahí en el chat, que si me pueden escuchar, si me pueden oír bien. Y ahorita empezamos como en unos 5 minutitos. Hola Dante, ¿cómo estás? Saludos. Bueno, entonces, ahorita empezamos. Hay varios que van a entrar ahí, estén entrando, ya veo que están entrando unos a la vez ahí. Pongan su nombre, saluden. Y mientras tanto, ya esperamos a los demás. ¿Cómo estás? Los que están entrando ahorita, todavía tenemos como unos 4 minutos. Quería ya para ya tener todo listo. Pero ahí empiecen a saludarse en el chat. Que ya veo que vienen varios de ustedes de diferentes lugares. Saludos a todos. A ver, veo de Bolivia, de Honduras, de Perú, de México, de Argentina, varios de muchos lugares. Pues bueno, gracias por estar con nosotros. Ahorita en como unos 3 minutos vamos a empezar. Les voy a compartir yo ya después una presentación con la información que voy a estar compartiendo. Así es que todo va a ser grabado y aparte tengo una presentación que les voy a compartir. Y que gracias por estar con nosotros sobre los Programa Certification, nivel 1 y 2. So just a quick shout out to everyone. Thank you for being here with us. We are going to be certification programs, level 1, level 2. And I will be sharing a presentation with you, and everything that I share with you guys in this Hangout is not only going to be recorded, but I have a presentation sharing as well. So you guys, you're going to get both items. All right, so I have 2 minutes before we get started, so I'll just give it 2 more minutes, and then we'll jump right in. Meanwhile, as you're jumping in, please feel free to say hello to everyone in the chat there, and go ahead and start putting your questions on there. I will be addressing questions in relation to this program, so feel free to add those there as well in the chat. Si tienen alguna duda o pregunta, ahí la pueden poner en el chat y poquito por poquito voy a empezar a compartir información con ustedes y luego ya al final, claro, voy a regresar a ver si hay unas preguntas y vamos a poder ver eso. Ya puedo ver unas preguntas, es que voy a ver ya, como tenemos un minuto, las voy a ver aquí. So those of you who are in the Impact Lab program, and that's a special program, I know not everybody's participating that's here in this Hangout is not necessarily in that program. But for those of you in the Impact Lab program, you will be receiving your vouchers soon. We haven't sent those out yet. We wanted to have this Hangout with you first before we actually send those out to you. And so it'll be about another week before we can get those to you. Los que están Impact Labs, todavía no hemos mandado los vouchers, así es que queríamos tener esta charla primero y luego ya, como en una semana más, les vamos a mandar los vouchers. For those of you not in the Impact Lab program, we can certainly look into that for you to see we might be able to get you some, but those participating in the Impact Lab program are receiving vouchers. And those that are not would have to go online and pay on their own. However, shoot me an email and I'll see what I can do about possibly getting those of you not in the program, perhaps some vouchers, but normally those are for a fee. So, and we'll be talking more about that as we dive in. Again, in the Lab program, we haven't sent out vouchers yet. Todavía no hemos mandado los vouchers, por eso no les ha llegado. Esperamos poder compartir eso con ustedes en la semana próxima, ¿ok? Ok, I have 10:30, ya son las 10:30, así que voy a 10:30, so I'm going to, the presentation that I'm sharing with you today is in English, but I will be answering questions in both English and Spanish, so any doubts or any questions you have, please let me know. La presentación que tengo está en inglés, la que voy a compartir mi pantalla, pero si tienen alguna duda o una pregunta sobre lo que he compartido, ahí me avisan y yo les puedo contestar en español. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, so hang on one second. Wait to make sure you can see my screen. So I'm just giving it a second. It's still loading. Just double check something really quick. Can you see my screen? Mi pantalla ya. No se quiso subir, así es que lo voy a dejar aquí porque no sé por qué, pero no está, it's not loading well for some reason. I'm just gonna leave it here and showcase out from here, and I'll just zoom into the. One second. Let's make this bigger this way. All right. So, like I said, just wanted to share with you guys a bit about the Google certification level 1, level 2, and we're just going to dive in what to expect, what you'll find the actual training center when you're ready, where you go to actually log in to purchase your test, depending on if you're getting a voucher or not. and then how to start the actual exam. So we're going to cover a little bit of all of that and talk about both levels 1 and level 2. All right, so for those of you who I haven't met yet that are joining us from different locations, my name is Monica Martinez. I'm the regional director for our team, for EdTech team, and I oversee the US and Latin America, and I oversee the Impact Lab I've heard of. Those of you who have not heard of the Impact Lab program and are interested, please feel free to shoot me an email or contact me, and I will grab some information on Impact Labs and how you can become a part of that particular program. Well, let's go ahead and dive in. So when I give you this presentation, which I'm going to send you guys, you will be able to get to the training center off of the main site, the main page, that will take you to all the information. But what I've done here for you in this presentation is basically unpacked it and giving you the what you need to know, the most important parts of what you need to know for both level 1 and level 2. So total, there are 3 programs and 4 certifications, but we're going to focus on just the 2. We will certified level educator level 1 and level 2. For those of you who might be interested in the other programs, I've got linked here for you that you can, for the training centers for them, as well as how to get to the exams for those programs and the applications. So anyone who might be interested in getting to any of that, you'll be able to link directly from this particular page here. You'll be able to link to those particular items. So, so know that you'll be able to get to that content, okay? All right, so let's talk a little bit about level 1. Let's start with that, and then we'll jump into level 2 after that. So I wanted to point out that level 1 really focuses on getting the gist of technology integration as a whole. So it's all about Inscription, and it's also about Google Apps products. But it's more about the integration piece. So once you dive into level 1, you're going to find that a lot of different lessons. You have 13 units, and under each unit, you're going to be able to review the exam questions so that you can kind of gauge and get a feel for where things are going to be for that particular exam. So some sample questions that you'll get, anywhere between maybe 5 to 6. All right, you'll also be able to do this at your own pace. It is not, it's not timed as far as the course is concerned, and it'll keep track. And I'll show you a couple of screenshots here in just a little bit. The exam is timed. It's 120 minutes, but that's plenty of time for you to be able to answer questions that are with the exam. $10. Those of you that are within the Impact Lab program are going to receive a voucher from that voucher will come to you. But those of you not in the Impact Lab program, it's $10. And the only 2 options, the only 2 ways to be able to purchase that is either via credit card online or via voucher online. So you have to have one or the other to be able to purchase your exam. Once you purchase your exam, you've got about 7 days to complete it. At least I've seen some expire after 7 days, so don't risk it. Don't purchase it. Don't put in your voucher code until you know you're ready to take that exam, or at least within a 7-day period. You don't have to pass the exam the first time. Those of you in the Impact Lab program, you will have to purchase your second exam if you decided to try it a second. 14 days, that you can next and take it. But I recommend that you do actually actually go back to the course and take your content, because so I recommend actually and what pass your exam, a certificate, and also a badge that you'll be able to use for 24 months and claim that you're an official educator level 1 at that point. And again, that's valid for 24 months. So the links for getting to all of that content are going to be linked on the presentation, and I'll be sending that information as well and posting it on Google+. So you'll be able to get back to all of that content, so don't worry your trainings as well as your exam links I'll be sharing with you. All right, level 2 pretty much follows suit, just and exact in relation to the way the course is built and the way the exam is done. But level 2 does sort of take your skills to a whole different level, beginning to really apply these different resources in some really great innovative types of things. Really about deeper and sort of expanding your knowledge and doing more things with Google Apps as a whole. There are just a couple of differences. There are 9 units, which is different from level 1. Same thing as far as having review exam questions at the end of it. It's still self-paced, and it will also track your progress. You also still get 180 minutes to complete the entire exam. This one's $25, so it's a little bit more than the first one. But again, those of you in the Impact Lab program will receive a voucher for level 2 as well, so you don't have to worry about the cost for the exam. Same thing as far as 7 days to complete it. At least that's what we've seen. Is sometimes it sort of expires, so just be careful with that. And once again, your certification is valid for 24 months, so 12 months. 24 months, 2 years is that for. And again, I have with links for you guys so that you're able to get to the appropriate sections. What I wanted to were a couple of additional tips and tricks and sort of a little bit of FAQ, frequently asked questions. When you're ready to actually take the test, that you've given yourself time as a buffer, because I've seen an email come through right after you purchase the exam where it says your exam will be ready between 28 and 48 hours. And sometimes the link comes right away for your exam, and sometimes it does actually take a day or two before you see that link come through. So just be mindful of that if you're actually planning like a group of you to get together and take the exam. I mentioned earlier, payment method is either via credit card or voucher. Those are your only 2 options. Make sure that if you haven't received something within 24 hours of when you put in the voucher code or when you purchase your exam, if you don't see anything in your email box, check your spam. It could be that that email has gone to spam. What I recommend you do in anticipation of signing up for these exams is to add this on the screen, the no reply at myeduscert.org, as a contact in your Google account. That way it doesn't go to spam. All right, a couple more things to be aware of. You do have to be using Chrome or Firefox in order to be able to get into the exam portal. Otherwise, you'll have problems. It'll be glitchy. It won't function well. So make sure that you're ready to go with either of those 2 browsers. You do have to have a webcam on your device, as it will activate and it'll require your webcam to be active. Don't worry too much about this. The webcam is there to be able to take screenshots and make sure that you're the only one taking the exam. No one's ever really going to look at those photos, I don't think, unless there's a question or a doubt on the validity of who took that exam, who actually got credit for it. So that's just something to consider device with a webcam. If you have special testing requirements, for example, you need things to be read out loud to you because you're having, so if you have some visual impairment or things like that, then you can call the number on the screen or email that, that address that you see on the screen there, and they'll be able to help you get that all set up. All right, so I wanted to share with you a couple of quick screenshots that you see here. I'm going to actually exit out and jump in because I want to show you a couple of quick things. So go to the main landing page of the training center. You're going to be able to see the different sections that that you can get to: level 1, level 2, and then it's also trainer. And so your main link will actually take you to just a basic landing page. From there, you can select, of course, level 1 and then level 2 or any of the others that that you would find. But I'm giving you the links to take you directly to level 1 or level 2, so you don't necessarily have to worry about coming here to the main page. Actually, go, like, let's say we were to jump into So let me just go back here. Let me let that catch up. All right, let's just take a second to actually catch up. But when you get to the level 1 or the level 2, you're going to have a couple of different options on your screen. 3 and to see some sample test questions, some exam details, and then be able to log in to either purchase your exam or place a voucher. So 3 different options that you'll see, and you should now see them on your screen. When you click on Get Training, that will take you to a login page. You have to log in with your Google account to be able to get into your training center. So for example, on my screen, you'll see up at the top right, it says sign out because I'm already logged in, but it would otherwise say sign in. You simply put in your username and password, your Google account, and it'll take you right into the training center. And once you're in the training center, you'll see each of the different units. It won't be marked with a green check like you'll see here in a second on my screen, because you haven't actually completed that. You won't see a green check start to actually complete each of those units. In fact, what you'll say, and it'll show, okay, this unit will take roughly about 37 minutes, and there are 2 lessons. And you'll see the number of dots per lesson that there are. It'll start to color in the dots as you complete lessons. And once you complete an entire unit, then you'll see the green check mark. So this, as you can see, this is my, my sample training that I use to be able to show, like, this is what it would look like if you hadn't completed a unit, and this is what it would look like if you had. So green check mark for completed unit, and then gray dots for those that you haven't completed. And what you'll do is you'll just go one at a time and complete each of those units. Pretty much when you complete the quiz, then it'll give you the green check mark, and it won't do it until you complete the sample quiz. And so you definitely want to make sure to answer the questions there. Each unit will give you a description, kind of like objectives. It'll tell you what tools it's going to cover. So for example, this one covers Google search and Chrome. It'll talk a little bit about the types of skills you would need to be able to complete this unit, which you can learn more about by going to the Learn How section. So if you ever come across something you're like, I've never bookmarked anything, how do you do that? You can go to the Learn How section, which is really nice to have that right there. And so let's say we were going to jump into this unit, then you just click at the bottom right there, and it just jumps right into that particular unit, and you're just flipping through the content. In this case, there's a little bit of text, there's a video, you keep going, you're learning as you're going, learning others, that are educators, that have already tried using these resources, sharing their knowledge with you. And you just continue on through the entire unit, and once you're done, you'll get to the quiz section towards the end. And you basically just earn. So I'm just going to add, I'm blindly selecting here, even reading the test questions. But once you get to that, you're basically just going to go through, and then you'll check question, and it'll say, no, try again, or yes, it's correct. And that's when you can go back and then basically just make a different selection. So this is completely, it doesn't score you by any means. The test questions don't get scored here. This is just for you to check your understanding for each of those different units that you complete. And once you're done, the bottom, you're going to click on the arrow to be able to take you to the next section, and so forth and so forth, okay? Every single unit in both levels are exactly the same. So this is what you're going to encounter when you log in to start any one unit, any one lesson, this center. Like I mentioned earlier, when you get to the main section for each of the exams, so each of the programs, so this is level 1. We just jumped into the training. The second thing that you see on the list there is sample test questions, and that's pretty much just a PDF. few sample questions of what to expect in the exam itself. So they're going to be slightly different from the review questions that we just looked at. These are going to be more accurate in relation to the kinds of questions you're going to get. You'll see a combination of multiple choice, drag and drop, performance-based scenarios. So it gives you a scenario, and then you're supposed to select sort of like the best answer to that scenario. So these are what to anticipate. And then the last thing you'll see is an option where you get more exam details into the portal. And so once you're inside, click on the button at the top right. It's really small, and it'll take you here. You'll drop down the menu for educators. And then from there, you will be able to see the different exams for educators, which is level 1, level 2. And you'll just click on these. I can't because I've already purchased them, but you'll see a button to be able to purchase. You can't purchase more than one at a time. So I've already purchased my level 1, my level 2, so it's not going to let me click on it and get to that again. But I did take some screenshots for you in anticipation of that. It's going to load here in just a second. On your screen, you're going to be able to see that when you click on purchase to purchase your it's going to charge you through the screens. You'll eventually get to a screen that looks like this, and if you happen to have your code, and those of you program, you will receive your vouchers in about a week. And all you'll do here is enter your voucher code here and then click on the submit button, and it'll zero this out. And so you will no longer see a charge of $35 for both level 1 and 2. It'll zero it out completely. And so there will be no charge to you for those of you, again, in the Impact Lab program. It'll zero out. For those of you not in the program, then you would simply, once you've selected your exams, you just click submit. It'll take you to the next page that will ask you for a payment type. All right, I'm going to pause here for just a second. I'm going to come back over here and see where we are with the questions that would have come through. People have joined us, so great to see all these folks coming in. All right, so now is a good time to ask any questions you might have. So feel free to go ahead and post questions. I'm going to go ahead and stop this screen share. Feel free to add any questions there to the chat. Si tienen preguntas, favor de ponerlas ahí en el chat. Presentación en inglés y ahorita de nuevo comparto un poquito de información en español. Pero primero quería dar la presentación así en inglés y ahorita un poquito más. Preguntas, favor de ponerlas allí en el chat. So if you guys have any questions, to post those questions in the chat, and I will answer those as they come through. To remember here again is that those of you going through the Impact Lab program, your voucher codes in about a week. Okay, so it's going to take about a week. A lot of you have already indicated to us whether you wanted the English or the Spanish or Portuguese, and so we have to request them in bulk once everybody completes that form, and some folks just hadn't done it yet. So we're waiting on just a few more people to finalize their choices, and then once they do, we'll go ahead and send out the request to be able to get those in the preferred language that you've asked for. And so that's the delay on that. But as soon as we get those, we will send them to you. De nuevo, los que han pedido los vouchers, todavía no los tenemos. Estamos esperando a que todos ustedes pongan en el formulario que les mandamos a los que están en el programa de Impact Lab, que les pedimos en qué lenguaje quieren los exámenes, sea inglés, español. Estamos esperando que ustedes todavía nos den esa información. Ya que nos den esa información, podemos entonces ya pedir todos los vouchers para poder entonces ya mandárselos a todos. Esperamos que para la próxima semana ya estén ya los tengamos y se los vamos a mandar a ustedes. If you fail an exam, you cannot use the same voucher again. The voucher is only valid for one time, one exam. And so if you fail an exam and want to take that exam again, you will be responsible for purchasing that exam. And level 1 is 10, level 2 is 25, and that is US dollars. And you can only pay either via credit card or via voucher. I would recommend that you talk to your school. If you do fail it a first time and you want to take it a second time, I would recommend you talk with your school leaders to see purchase that exam for you. Sí, claro, a los que están en el programa de Impact Labs, sí se va a compartir, se compartió hoy de nuevo, y sí lo puedo compartir de nuevo. Lo voy a mandar como recuerdo. So those of you who haven't seen the link, please check your spam for that form that we sent out for you guys to complete, and that's for people that are in the Impact Lab program. We will be sending you guys in the Impact Lab program. We'll be sending you links that you can sign up and let us know what language you prefer. Okay, are there any other questions? ¿Otras preguntas? Voy a explicar unas cosas ahorita en español, pero quiero ver antes que de nuevo comparte mi pantalla, a ver si hay otra pregunta antes de cambiar aquí. A ver. Great question, Andresa. So Andresa's asking if you have to take level 1 before you can get to level 2, or are they completely independent? They are completely independent in the sense that you can take level 2 and not even take level 1 at all. You can take level 2 and then go to level 1 if you decided. And so they do work independently in that sense. Of course, level 1, kicks off from a certain level and not necessarily basic, but really around technology integration. And then level 2 sort of picks up where level 1 left off. And it's just a really great content. So I do recommend going through both of them, but you are welcome to, and you could certainly skip if you didn't want to take or pursue level 1 altogether. So you could certainly do that. And for those of you who decide you just want to skim through the content, you certainly could as well. We don't recommend that, but you could, and you can go straight to the exam if you wanted to. It's not required that you complete the course to be able to take the exam. Es que la pregunta fue si es necesario empezar con el primer nivel para poder avanzar a nivel 2. Y bueno, la respuesta es no. Uno puede empezar con nivel 2 y luego regresar a nivel 1. O puede brincar el nivel 1 si no quiere el nivel 1 y simplemente tener el nivel 2. Aún uno no tiene que completar los cursos. Uno puede directamente ir a tomar los exámenes. Y si los pasan, bueno, ya los pasaron, ¿no? Así que es completamente decisión de ustedes, pero nosotros recomendamos que realmente sí tomen el nivel 1 y luego el examen, nivel 2 y luego el examen. Pero ustedes pueden decidir si quieren hacerlo de otra manera, porque es completamente decisión de ustedes. Guys, any other questions? Okay, so really quick here, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. Voy a compartir mi pantalla de nuevo, simplemente para ya de nuevo como revisar unas cosas, pero ya en español. El enlace que les estoy compartiendo lo va a llevar a esta página, que es como una página de inicio. Ya que llegue aquí, pueden seleccionar nivel 1, nivel 2, etcétera, ¿no? Acá al lado izquierdo. Ya que lleguen, por ejemplo, a nivel 1, Van a tener tres opciones. El primero es para llegar al curso de nivel 1. El segundo es para llegar a unas preguntas del examen, que son ejemplos de las preguntas. Y luego ya el tercero es para poder entrar allá a conseguir el examen o para pagar por el examen o para poner el número del voucher para poder empezar el examen, ¿no? Si oprimen al primero, van a llegar aquí en donde van a empezar su curso, ¿verdad? Yo ya avancé al noveno, pero ustedes van a tomar el curso aquí, ya viene todo completo. Dentro del curso, a la mano derecha abajo, van a poder encontrar en donde pueden cambiar el lenguaje de inglés a español, el lenguaje que busquen ustedes. Es que ahí pueden ustedes cambiar, aquí como pueden ver aquí abajo, a la mano derecha está chiquitito, pero ahí pueden cambiar el lenguaje para que el curso también salga en el lenguaje que ustedes quieran. Ya que cambien eso, entonces ya pueden empezar con el curso. Al final de cada curso van a tener preguntas que son solo para ver si entendieron las lecciones, ¿no? Aquí no le va a marcar nada, no es para ya darle un grado ni nada así. Es solo, son ejemplos, ¿verdad? Ya que termine de las diferentes lecciones, entonces le va a marcar que ya completó esa unidad. Y ya que complete uno, entonces ya se lo va a marcar como completado, ¿no? Ya que complete esa unidad, entonces le va a dar una check así verde, como pueden ver aquí en mi pantalla. Entonces van a ver en gris que le falta todavía selección, ¿ok? Es que eso es lo que van a ver si entran aquí. Tienen que entrar al curso con su correo de Google, sea el correo de Gmail personal o de su escuela. Yo recomiendo que entren con el de uno personal. Así que si ustedes cambian de escuela, vayan a tener su certificación y toda la información con su cuenta personal. Que terminen los cursos, entonces también pueden ver unos ejemplos de preguntas, que es una página de PDF, en donde pueden ver ahí las preguntas, ¿no? Son ejemplos nada más. Y luego ya la tercera opción es simplemente para entrar ya, para poder de nuevo con su Gmail, para poder registrarse para tomar el examen. Para los que tienen su voucher, entonces ya que seleccionen sus exámenes, entonces a la siguiente página van a entrar el número del voucher, pues para que no les cobre, ¿verdad? Y a los que no tienen voucher, entonces si van a cobrar, van a comprar, tienen que entonces poner su información de su tarjeta de crédito para poder entonces tomar esos dos exámenes. Y pues ya, es todo. Era lo que quería compartir, aparte de lo que ya había compartido y es en inglés, quería darles ya un poco más de información en español. Lo que les voy a compartir con ustedes va a ser esta presentación, así que se las voy a mandar, aparte de que también, claro, la grabación de esta charla. Y también les tengo un documento, un Google Doc, que también tiene realmente toda la información que acabo de compartir con ustedes, pero la tiene ya así como en forma de documento. Así que les voy a mandar todo eso ya en un correo, y a los que no están en el programa de Impact Lab, entonces se los voy a poner en el LATAM, la comunidad de LATAM en Google Plus, para que lo encuentren ahí. Ok, entonces ya, esa fue la presentación. No sé si haya alguna otra pregunta. Este programa. Voy a esperarme aquí a ver si hay una pregunta. Si no, entonces ya vamos a despedirnos. Voy a esperar a ver si entra alguna pregunta. Ok, no ha entrado pregunta, así es que yo creo que ya vamos a despedirnos. Ya si tienen una duda, ya después ahí me pueden mandar un hangout chat o por correo. A los que están en el programa de Impact Lab, esperen los vouchers más o menos en una semana. So those of you, again, that are in the Impact Lab program, in about a week, expect to see some of those vouchers come through. All right, I think we're gonna wrap up. I think we're all done. I don't see any of the questions that are coming through. So I think we'll call it a night and start saying good night. Buenas noches a todos. De nuevo, gracias por estar con nosotros en vivo. A los que estuvieron aquí, les vamos a mandar la grabación y la presentación y todos los recursos. Pero gracias por los que estuvieron. Y si tienen alguna duda, ahí nos mandan un mensaje. Bueno, chicos, gracias. Chao. Thank you so much, you guys. We'll send you all the info, the recording, the presentation, all the resources. And if you have any questions or doubts, just shoot us a message. All right, we'll see you guys soon, and good luck.